All across Africa, it's been a very beautiful AFCON evening. It's actually been a very beautiful AFCON week. And you know how we do it on Football Afrique. We keep you informed, we talk football, and we talk African football. Should I tell you my name again? Okay, all right, don't worry, I'll still tell you my name. What's up, Africa? What's up, Nigeria? What's up, Lagos? My name is Adeoye Salem, and this is Football Afrique, and we're in the AFCON spirit. And I'm telling you tonight, I'm not alone on this show. I've got two wonderful people with me, but you'll be meeting them when we come back. But before we go on our short break, I'd like to tell you this. We've given you another one. You know, we told you on R2 TV that we're television everywhere, and right now we've added one more to it. So if you're on Facebook, you can always watch us live on Facebook. Just go to our R2 TV page. You know how we do it, www.facebook.com/my-R2TV. And then, of course, when you get to that page, just click on the live stream button and you can see us live on Facebook. But don't mind me, you know, I enjoy my job. I enjoy what I do so much, and I get so pretty excited. That's why you see me talk football and nothing but African football. Of course, you know, AFCON is happening. Well, we're still opening that up. A lot of my friends have actually picked one or two persons that they hope would be winners. You know, some have said it's Algeria, some have said it's Cameroon, some have said it's Ghana. But as it is right now, we'll be taking a look at how far and how well these teams have progressed tonight. But before we do that, we'd like to keep you updated. But anyway, you remember you can always follow us on Facebook. Like I said before, www.facebook.com/my-R2TV. And you can always leave your comment. This is Football Africa, and we talk African football. And of course, on Twitter, it is always at R2_TV. I like the sound of that when I say R2_TV. I like to roll my tongue when I say that. Of course, and on Instagram, that's IG, it is at R2TV. You know how we do it. We keep you informed. And of course, don't forget, we've got our website too, where you can go back and view all of this, and that's at www.royalrootstv.com. Don't forget, it's Football Afrique. We'll be back after this time. Keep it locked down, don't go away. And don't forget, you can always download our app on all of the app stores. BlackBerry App World, Android World, anywhere, any of these app stores, just go on. Even on iOS, we're now on iOS, you know. Did I tell you that? Did you miss it? Don't worry. We're television everywhere, and we keep you entertained. It's R2 TV, it's entertainment everywhere, and this is Football Afrique, where we talk nothing but African football, because we love the way our stars play our game. We'll be back after this time out. Keep it locked down. R2TV. Are you playing the game like Africa is playing? Are you playing the game like Africa is playing right now? Are you battling for the Cup of Nations? Well, you don't have to be on the field. You can just sit in front of your television and play the game. Why? Because the game is in the spirit. It is in the art. That's how we do it. Whatever we do in Africa, we do it all of our heart. And that's why you see me get lively, get on Football Afrique. Okay, tonight I'm not here alone. I've got two wonderful, wonderful guests in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you First of all, to the lovely, lovely, lovely Bukola Bigcroft. Bukola Bigcroft, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Okay, sometimes when I pronounce it, I go, don't mind me, it's just the game. Okay, and of course, further down my left, I have the one and only, he's an amiable gentleman, except when he talks football, and he's no other person than Olu Shola Adebayo. Shola, good evening, how are you doing?
I'm fine, I'm cool.
Okay, see, the people out there would like you to say good evening to them, so go ahead.
Good evening, my people. You are welcome to the show. I'm sure you enjoy yourself the way I'm enjoying myself presently.
All right, it's a beautiful AFCON evening, like I told you, and tonight we'll be looking at certain points of the game on the African continent. Okay, quickly, let's start. Osaze Odenwinge backs Cote d'Ivoire to actually leave the Nations Cup. What do you think? This is 2015, it's Equatorial Guinea, and Osaze Odenwinge is saying, Ivory Coast might just win it.
Well, probably if you check the history of the Nations Cup, the best time the Ivorians have been able to come to the party is 1992, and since then they've been struggling to get to that top level.
Wait, Shala, let's break it down. Come to the party, or actually eat the main course of the party. Well, AFCON is a party in itself. They've not been able to get the main
They've not
dish.
been able to get to that peak,
Gotcha.
but 1990 they're able to get there, and they're able to win it against all odds. I could remember then Nigeria and Ghana was the favorite, but the two teams were able to meet in the semi-final, and it was like any one of those two teams that were able to get through would be able to win. But Cote d'Ivoire was able to show that they have other tricks in the making. But since the early 2000s, we'll be having the golden generation, but they've been going there to get the silver. But now that the team is undergoing a kind of a reshape and a tank of a remake, let's see whether the experience mixed with the youth, with the new lads in the team will be able to get something for them. But the way I'm looking at it, the likes of Yaya Toure need to show a whole lot of.
Okay, before we go into Yaya Toure, I'd like to ask the lovely I like your eyes, by the way. They're like sapphire. Don't worry, Africa. I'm just doing my job. Okay, Bukola, what do you think? Do you think that Cote d'Ivoire will win it according to Osaze Odenwinge?
No, I don't. And I absolutely believe that he might be following that opinion because he has stars in the Premiership who are also playing for Cote d'Ivoire. But looking at their performances, looking at the way they've been going since the beginning of AFCON, of course, they've just only had one game. But from that, I know Shola might not agree with me, but I want to put my judgment on the fact that this team might not win. And not only that Cote d'Ivoire will not win, check all the so-called big teams in this present AFCON. I doubt if they're going to reach the last.
Oh, okay. Now she's saying she doubts if Cote d'Ivoire would do exceedingly well in this tournament. Somebody even said somehow that, look, Cote d'Ivoire will not go far because Manuel Pellegrini is praying that Yaya should return back to the club. And of course, there's Wilfred Bony who they just signed, and you know that they just lost to Arsenal. I mean, let's not talk. This is not European football. This is football Afrique. Okay, now, Odenwinge feels that this could be the elephants here, especially if the English Premier League duo of Yaya Toure and Wilfred Bony can find their best form. What shall I have something to say?
Yeah, and that's where I'm coming from. If Yaya Toure could lead the team the way he's leading his team back in England, and Wilfred Bony, I'm sure you'll see the way they're able to come back, even with 10 men down against the last time out when they played their first game. And you need to see the connection between Yaya Toure and Wilfred Bony before Doumbia was able to connect the final ball.
They've got Doumbia, they've got Yaya Toure, they've got Wilfred Bony, and
Javier too. So for me,
when it comes to discipline, Javier is out. So let's quickly leave Cote d'Ivoire. We're still coming to trash them. Okay, now our very own Emenike's goal drought 8. Number 9. He's played 9 games now without a single goal, and this is worrisome for the Super Eagles forward. What do you think? Buki, I'd like to ask you this. Do you think Emenike has lost it?
Well, I remember the last time I saw him play, I complained about his weight. I think you might probably say that he's been overweight or being heavy is affecting his performance. But of course, I won't say he has lost it. You don't just write off a player like that. We've seen times where players come down like that, and after all, they come back. It is a matter of the individual sitting down and looking at their past games and realizing that everybody wants them to get back into the game. So I won't totally say that he has lost it. If he can get back his form, if he can reduce his weight, because I entirely believe that he's been overweight presently for a footballer who wants to be scoring goals. If he can do all those, and I believe he can come back.
Okay, personally now, I've always believed that Emenike has some weight issues, but I don't. But he's played with the same weight for some time now. But Shola, he's played 16 games and he's got just 2 goals.
Well, scoring goals is his job, and once the striker is not able to get those goals, the confidence level drops. So he needs to get a goal, then from there he can take it off. So for me, he just need to get that.
And about the way, you can't tell me he has the same weight. Compare his weight AFCON 2013.
The guy could be bumping iron.
It has increased. It's a physical thing. When you say it has increased, and even when he plays, you could feel.
The guy is big naturally, and you can feel the power and the pace. So for me, you just need to get that one goal. Then we'll see how
That
it goes
weight
from
needs
there.
Okay, you
be
said
dropped
something
if he
about
wants
his
to
confidence
improve.
dropping. What I'm about to say now, I'm sure some Chelsea fan would not like to see me walk on the street. You know, are you saying he's now our own Fernando Torres? Before he joined, before we sent him back, he was sent back to Atletico Madrid. Some Chelsea fan, I'm sure, will not let me walk on the street. But what do you think? What do you think Emmanuel Emenike should do?
Well, he should be focused on his job. Sometimes strikers do go such a terrible good drought period, and for me, he should work closely with his coaches and with his teammates too, finding the right position and hitting the bullseye. That's all he needs.
Do you think Fenerbahce will sell him? Because that's a rumor now that they're going to let him go come before the end of January, this transfer window. And we have some 7-8 days to the end of the transfer window. What do you think? Do you think they're going to let him go?
Well, transfer windows, nothing is certain until the window is shut. So let's see how it goes.
Okay, now. All right. Congo. Congo won their first game at the Africa Cup of Nations final since 1974, beating Gabon to move to top of Group A. Congo, nobody seems to give this team a chance. What do you think? Do you think they are going to spring surprises? Do you think Congo is the team to watch out for at the present Nations Cup?
Well, for me, they get their victory at the right time. The 3 points was able to move them to the top of the league, and they are now on 4 points. Even though it's been a while, the last time they won should be 1974, and since then they went like 13 games without being able to get a victory until last night, and they're able to do that against one of the biggest team in that group. Going by the result they are able to post the last time out when Gabon defeated Burkina Faso unexpectedly 2-0. So the 1-0 comes in very, very at the right time. So
okay.
I'm looking at the experience of their coach now. That is in the name of what's the name now? The guy that came to Nigeria and defeated Stephen Keshi. I will remember the name very soon. I will let him know.
Okay, but really now, if Congo could play a draw against Burkina Faso on Sunday, that means they'll qualify from the group as leaders. All right, well, we've got so much news to say. I'd like to say to you that Ghanaian striker John Antwi also seals a massive 2.2 million move to Saudi side Al-Shabaab. And of course, Javio finally has been given a 2-match ban, so he would miss the next 2 matches for Cote d'Ivoire. And if they qualify, he'll be able to play at the knockout stages. But if they don't, it's bye-bye Javio to AFCON 2015. I'd like to actually say they should send him home. All right, this is about as much as we can take on this segment. When we return, we get into the nitty-gritty of the game, the nitty-gritty of football Afrique. You know, we Africans like to play. So it's Football Afrique. My name is Adeye Salem, and I'm chilling tonight with Buki Bigcroft and, of course, Olushola Adebayo. We're still with you. Don't go away. Keep locked down. We'll be back. And don't worry, download our apps. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hi, I love sports. This is where you get the best, the greatest, like Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, on R2 TV.
Football Africa. My name is still Adeoye Salem. And of course, I still love Bukola. She says she don't like me calling her Bukola. She likes Buki because that name is a bit funkified. I'm an African man, you know, and I like to have my name in full. Bukola! Shut me down. Won't you answer right now? And of course, I have Olushola Adebayo. Olushola, the games have it's game on right now. We've been looking forward to AFCON, and we've seen, and it's here now. And a couple of matches have been played, and right now, let's look down into the nitty-gritty of AFCON.
Okay.
First match, Burkina Faso versus Gabon.
Wow, that's a big game. Nobody really expected that Gabon would come and beat Burkina Faso, considering that they come to the last AFCON in 2013 and they were able to play in the final. But that's football. You can't predict it, and that summarizes the level of African football at this stage and at this time out, because you can't really spot the difference between the big teams and the small teams again, and the result will only shows after 90 minutes. So expect a whole lot of surprises and a whole lot of action too, and a whole lot of unpredictability, and that's what we saw in that game. 2-0 in favor of Gabon when it's least expected.
So are you saying that the tides are shifting, that we're now, the big teams are no longer the big teams, or the small teams are no longer the small teams? Wait, I'd like to throw that question to Buki. Buki, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. So you can tell from what we experienced in 2013 AFCON. You can tell from the surprises. I remember telling Shola before we came on the show that from 2013 I watched Cape Verde, and I said this is a country to watch out for. This is a country that you shouldn't push aside, because if you do, they might come back to surprise you. And that's the same thing happening to Gabon. That's the same thing happening to Equatorial Guinea. No country wants to sit aside again. And that's why we're also vying and asking CAF to please increase the number of countries that participate in AFCON. I mean, 16 countries for how long? It should be increased to 24, giving other countries opportunity to participate, and also increasing the excitement that goes on in AFCON.
Okay, but really, let's look at it. Let's look at when AFCON is played. Do you think it's in favor of our African players who play their trade in Europe?
Well, I think it's high time we start looking at our own thing instead of trying to satisfy what is going on elsewhere.
In Europe, yeah.
We are looking, I want to buy the idea of expanding to 24 teams. But
I have no problem with expanding. I'm tired of the 16.
But the issue is, do we have the economy to support 24 teams?
Thank you.
So we have to look at a whole lot of issues aside the quality of the game on the field. So we have to just do our own thing, the way to favor us, not to check what is going on.
Let's not begin. That's another topic that we can go on and on and on and on. And for 4 episodes, we're still treating. Okay, Equatorial Guinea versus Congo, and we had a 1-1 draw.
Wow.
Buki.
Yeah, that was one match that I wasn't expecting much from, so I didn't come out.
Why weren't you expecting
I was
much?
only surprised at the Burkina Faso and Gabon match. Going by Burkina Faso's performance at the 2013 Nations Cup, but I wasn't surprised at this result. I mean, you know, we understand what Congo did to us while we're qualifying, so you can tell that these guys are not people who will lay back. And then Equatorial Guinea also having the opportunity of hosting. I mean, they will lay back.
For me, the only surprise here is the fact that Equatorial Guinea was able to push Congo all the way.
I mean, they are hosting. You want them to lay back?
Yeah.
They're not going to lay back.
They sacked their coach 10 days to the
new coach.
And you have the coach I was trying to remember the name the other time is Clyde Leroy. With all the experiences and all the big guys, they were able to hold. In fact, Congo need to fight back. And if not for the fact that Equatorial Guinea didn't take their chances, they would have been able to bury the match as early as 40 minutes in the first half.
So, really, put your money on these two teams. Who do you think will go out of this group?
Wow. I think Congo, they've been able to do themselves a big favor by defeating Gabon. Gabon defeated Burkina Faso, which is a big side, and it's by the time you consider the head-to-head that would count at the end of the day, I think you just need to win your game to be ahead of the other team that you defeated.
Okay, Olushola is saying that you just need to win your game to be ahead of the competition. It's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. The African weather is becoming beautiful. Of course, everywhere you go in Africa right now, everybody's talking AFCON 2015, and of course that's what we do on Football Afrique. We don't want to let it pass by 1 minute. We love our game, we love the way our stars play, and that's why we keep you informed of Football Afrique. Okay, Bukola, Tunisia versus Cape Verde.
Yeah.
By the way, Cape Verde, I hear has some fine boys.
Well, I do.
Fine looking gentlemen. I was saying before this. I was saying the game with one of my nieces. I said, Uncle Theo, yeah, that man is like, will you come on, keep quiet, you're too young.
Well, for Cape Verde, I'm not surprised they were able to rather hold Tunisia down. Like I said the other time, Cape Verde is a country to look out for. If you make a mistake to push them aside, you will be surprised. As debutants in 2013 AFCON, you saw the way they came in and then they surprised everybody. Of course, though, they couldn't pass the group stage, but their performances, you can tell that this team coming back in the next 2 years will surprise all of us. And I was telling Shola before we came up, give them another AFCON 2017 and then you won't be able to hold
The
them.
joke about Cape Verde is the fact that is that their entire population perhaps is as the same as Mushin local government.
Well, you don't look at population to determine the best players. And he was saying, well, where do they ply their trade? How many clubs are they in Europe? But that doesn't matter. Give them a chance and they will come up there.
Odishola, they came to the Nations Cup the last time with school teachers and some other stuff like that, and some other people like that.
Yeah.
Now they are back, and I think they're better, stronger, more experienced.
Yes.
So what are their chances?
Well, their chances very bright. If for them to hold Tunisia to a 1-1 draw, and today Tunisia defeated Zambia, that means they are a good side. And if you check their ratings too, they've been growing from leagues to leagues from the FIFA ranking too. So they've been consistent from last time up to this time. I think they even hold the Super Eagles in a friendly match the other time in 2013 too. So their chances are high. I hope they won't bungle it. Now, Zambia, they've been able to show that they are not ready to compete in that group now because the group is very tight before now. It's all 1 point each and one goal all through. So
everybody has a chance.
Whatever happens between them and Congo, they will determine how far they will go now.
If you look at the results of tonight's match, we've not gotten there, but we need to let people know. Tunisia defeated Zambia by 2-1. So that means Tunisia have 4 points, Zambia has just 1.
We said?
Tunisia defeated Zambia
by 2-1. Yeah.
Yes. So that means Tunisia has got 4 points.
4 points.
And
Zambia will move down to number 4 on that table, and they just have to win their
last game. We have to wait
game,
for the
which
result of Cape Verde and
irrespective of whatever happens.
I remember they still have one match.
They just have to win the game against Cape Verde. So it's like is in Cape Verde, and now they just need to do a whole lot of favor against Congo DR now because they'll be playing Congo DR next. So that is the key game in that group.
Okay, Zambia played 1-1 with Congo DR, and of course Algeria. Yes, the team that all my friends.
That's the best match.
Last week, a couple of my friends, since we started this AFCON review, a couple of my friends have put their money on Algeria, and right now, I'm a businessman, and I want to invest in you. I like to say to you, okay, Bookie, I got a couple of quids I like to play with. And it's AFCON 2015. Who would you put your money on? I'll give you some money to put your money on someone. Who would you put your money on? Would you put your money on Algeria?
Well, I will explain why I will put my money on Algeria and not South Africa. Let me give that explanation.
Break it down.
Now, South Africa has been overrated because they were able to hold Nigeria down through the qualifiers. I mean, a lot of accolades have gone out there to make them feel that, they know what they're doing. Meanwhile, it's been obvious for football people who can tell the fact and not just sentiment that these guys are not good. They are not there yet, but they let that get into that. And I am so delighted that Algeria showed them how to play good football. Now, Algeria had the highest points during the qualifiers towards AFCON 2015. That's 15 points. I mean, you don't just walk up and get 15 points. You must be really very good to get 15. So my money, everything is going on Algeria.
Wow. Wow. All the Africans. There's a way I spell this now, AFRIQUEEN. It's my own way of saying football Afrique followers. Bookie is saying she's putting her money, not just her money, but she's putting everything on Algeria.
Even though they might not win, I'm still going for them.
Okay, now she just suffered a little bit. You're saying that even though they might not win, but she's still going for them.
Yes,
well, she's got her heart in support of Algeria. But really, Shola.
My money.
Yeah, no, my money and I'm investing in you.
Well, I'm putting my money on the Senegalese team that I saw that with the Ghanaians.
Let's see.
They are very physical.
Hold up. If you're watching at home, Olushola Adebayo is the first person that's actually putting his money on Senegal on this show. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, before the first round of games, I was looking at a whole lot of things, but after the first round of games, I just have to stick my neck out and I'm going for Senegal. They are so energetic. Their build-up is very slow but purposeful, and they have the pace and the power to push and get what they want. Now, I'm looking at this group in particular. Algeria will be playing Senegal too. They will be playing Ghana. Senegal is very physical. How will an average Arab country play or square up against a very physical but purposeful side like Senegal?
But don't you think that if Algeria gets their act right, Senegal, being very physical, could actually get into a lot of
Senegal
trouble?
can be good, Shola, but they cannot get to the last 4.
See,
They will only be lucky to get to the last 4.
Go and check Algeria. They know when to fail. Especially on the
Bookie
African
just
continent.
threw one at you. Senegal is not getting to the last 4. That's what she's saying. She's sure.
They will only be lucky to get to the last 4. Being
Okay, they will
purposeful,
only-
being purposeful
we are
was
watching
what
a
Cape
different
Verde
AFCON
had
now.
2 years ago. Being purposeful does not push you up there.
Let me break it down. Let me
Okay.
break this down for you. Check the way they play Ghana. They were a go down as early as 40 minutes in that match.
Yeah.
And they were able to push for that equalizer from that point on. So many close shaves, and they were able to get the equalizer late in that game. And playing against the Ghanaian side that has a certain Afragam on the bench, who could have looked
It's
like...
not about what Ghana's team. Ghana's team also. Let's just look at the crisis that.
It's not about the crisis now.
That rocked the Ghanaian
Even
team.
the crisis even work in their favor because they sacked their coach after the second game during qualifiers without any coach. They didn't lose any game again, and they're able to qualify in flying colours. Now,
Maybe they should have just left them without the coach for the Nations Cup.
that shows how Allen Judas have been able to mold that team that can afford to drop a certain Dembaba that is scoring for fun in Turkey. So for me, I'm seriously watching for this Senegalese
Yes,
side.
we will watch for them, but
As
we
at
will not
90th
say they
minute,
can
they
win.
could have been satisfied with a 1-1 draw against Ghana, and they continue to push for that final goal, and they got it. So for me, I'm seriously looking at this Senegalese team, and they will get to the final 4.
Okay, let's
and
see.
they will get out of
Are
this.
you forgetting that it's another thing for a team? It's another thing for a team to have good players who can net the ball and to have purposeful players.
And that is the issue here.
Okay, let me quickly break this down. Good people, it's still Football Africa, and my name is Ajay Salem, and of course, Buki, Brickcroft, and Olushola Debayo are actually right now want to tear each other apart. The African, right now they're lions. I won't want to say lioness because we're all masculine in Africa. She wants to prove a point. But anyway, I'd like to tell you that Rigobert Song. Let's just take some AFCON facts quickly. Rigobert Song has the highest number of appearances in the Nations Cup. It was there in 1996, 1998, 2000, 2002, 2004, 2006, 2008, and 2010. That makes a total of 8 appearances. Wow. Ageless Rigobert Song. Ageless Rigobert Song. 14 years interval. 8 African Cup of Nations. Mr. Rigobert. You know what that means. I salute you. Okay, all right, okay. Cameroon is from Cameroon, and right now they are also missing Alex Song. But let's not go there. Okay, after Rigobert Song, we have Ahmed Hassan, who appeared in 1996 and also until 2010 with Rigobert, and of course Egyptian Osama San, who appeared 7 times, and that's 1986, 1998, 1992, 1998. 2000, 2002, 2006, 7 appearances in all. And then, one of my favorite of all times, Kalujo Bwaya of Zambia. He appeared 6 times, and that's 1986, 1992, 1994, 1996, 1998, and 2000. And then, of course, Samuel Eto'o, 6 times, Rabamaja, 6 times, and Essam El Hadri, 6 times. Okay. Let me get back to my friends here. I have to do that to cool down. You know, okay, Ghana, Senegal. I didn't want to go there quickly, but Shola just brought me to Ghana, Senegal. But if it was mentioned how Senegal actually defeated Ghana. Really, I'd like to ask you, I'd love to ask everyone this. Avram Grant.
Yeah.
And the Ghanaian national team. Where do they stand?
Wow. For experience on the continent, the guy will need time to settle and get one. But for his experience as a good coach, he's not in doubt. So by the time the guy is able to combine his ability to how the game is being played on the African continent, maybe he needs to come back next time. This time around, the Ghanaians, they won't really go far. But if they are able to give African the time to grow with their squad, I think he will learn the African way and the African football.
If they're able to give Avram Grant the time, he will learn the African way and then play the African football. What is the African football? First of all, Buki, do you agree with him? And if you do, do you think Avram Grant is the right tinkerer, the right engineer for the Ghanaian national team?
Well, I am not in the position to determine that, and sincerely, I cannot determine that, but I will agree with him. There's an African culture to playing football. There's an African way we play football. It's, if you understand, football is not just what we play on the field. It's from the training, from the dressing room, down to the pitch where you come together and talk to yourselves before you take the first kick. So there's a culture to all those. We don't do it the European way, we do it in a different way. The way coaches talk to their players, the way coaches relate to their players. They say when you talk to a man in the language he knows, he can understand. But when you talk to him in the language that he has lived with, or the language he was brought up with, is a different ballgame, which Avram Grant is not in the position to do right now. He only knows the language that they understand, and that is English. But the language that they were brought up with, he does not know. So those are the things he needs to learn. We're not saying he should learn the Ghanaian language, but at least learn the African culture.
Learn the African football language.
Yes, he should learn the African football language to be able to coach this football better.
Right.
But I will join him. They can't go very far.
Okay, now two of my guests here tonight, both of them, Olushola and Buki Beecroft, have actually agreed unanimously that the Ghanaian national team will not go very far in AFCON 2015. I need to warn you, both of you. Your Twitter handles, your social media handles are scrolling on our lower third, and we have a lot of Ghanaian audience. Please, my challenge, Buki and Shola have just thrown a challenge to you. Do you think your team, Ghanaian national, the Black Stars of Ghana, Black Stars of Ghana, will not go far?
Well, it's not done by now.
Anyway, we'll be going on a short break. When we return, we'll have more for you. It's Football Afrique, and we're playing the African game. I'd like to ask you when I come back, what is the African football language? Don't go away, keep it locked down. It's Football Afrique. My name is Ajay Salem, and we'll be back after this timeout. God bless you.
Where's that my book?
The book is not here.
All right, it's a beautiful evening. This is still Football Afrique, and you know how we do it. We'll be looking at AFCON 2015. But before I go, I'd like to let you know this. For our teams in Africa that have never been to African Cup of Nations, there are teams in Africa that have never set foot on any of the soils where we have, on any of the soil where the African Cup of Nations has been taking place, and that is not very nice. Okay, let's quickly look at some of these teams, and then I'm going to ask my friends what they think and what these people should do. Burundi, they've never been to the African Cup of Nations, and we have a saying in Yoruba land, "O Burubi Burundi." That's as wicked as Burundi, of course. That's just a saying, that's a joke. It's just some kind of an onomatopoeia. But really, the thing is this: Burundi has never been to the Nations Cup, and of course, Central African Republic. They've never, ever played at the Nations Cup. And then Chad, oh my God, our next door neighbor after Niger, they've never been to the African Cup of Nations, and of course, Comoros. They've never been to the African Cup of Nations. Djibouti, never been to the African Cup of Nations. Eritrea, Guinea, never been to the African Cup of Nations. Gambia, never been to the African Cup of Nations. Guinea-Bissau, never played at the African Cup of Nations. Lesotho, never played, not to say a dream of winning the trophy. Madagascar. Now, I think the Penguins of Madagascar need to come rescue these guys out so they can come to the African Cup of Nations and do very well. I still remember that song. Welcome to Madagascar. Madahuva. I love cartoons. I love animation. Don't worry. And of course, Mauritania. They've never, ever been to the Nations Cup. They should come. Come on. We'd like to see the African spirit come together. We'd like to see you at the Nations Cup. I'm challenging you. Come make sure you're there at the next African Cup of Nations. And of course, Sao Tome and Principe, Seychelles, I've never been to the Nations Cup. Somalia, I've never been to the Nations Cup. South Sudan, I've never been to the Nations Cup. And of course, Swaziland, I've never, ever been to the Nations Cup. Okay.
Swaziland. I can imagine when it will be their turn to come to the Nations Cup.
Well, maybe CAF can be kind enough and just ask one of these countries to actually host the Nations Cup. Buki, I'd like to ask you this. Can you tell me the next group match that will play tomorrow?
Okay, Ghana versus Algeria, South Africa versus...
No, let's stop at that Ghana versus Algeria. Because right now, somebody believes in Ghana. Okay, both of you don't believe in Ghana. But remember, they've got Asamoah Gyan.
But
they've got Andrew Ayew.
Yeah, I want to believe they will
surprise us tomorrow.
No, it will be a tough game for the Algerians against Ghana.
Yes.
They are down already, and they are not ready to go out for now.
They are down and they fear the fall.
Yeah, so they won't just be ready to go out. And I think the West Africans always have a chance when they play the North Africans. So tomorrow is a big duel for the Algerians. You just have to prove.
I don't think... You see the way Buki went...
No, I did that because it will be a very tough game for the two teams. Algerians understand the game of the Ghanaians. They know how dangerous they are. It's just like you coming to play with Nigeria and you saying, oh, they can't go in. You'll be surprised at what we'll put up. So that might be what would go on tomorrow. But the Ghanaians
when you mention Nigeria,
will not take it easy.
If I want to introduce the national team, I'll probably say they used to be super heroes.
Well, I know a side that always struggle against the West African side, and that's the North Africans. So, as good as they are,
let's say it
will be a very big game for them against the Ghanaians. Especially when the Ghanaians know they need to just come back to that group of death. They need to come back to life in that group. So for me, it will be a great game. And the Algerians, they need to convince us they are ready to take
yes,
the
that our money on them will not be wasted.
I'm placing my money on them. They better not lose. Okay, now next match, Buki.
Okay, we have South Africa versus Senegal. I am really hoping that Senegal will do us a favor and please kindly help us push South Africa
Buki
out
is a
to go and learn how to play football.
I like that, Buki, you still have a grudge against South Africa.
No, I do not, Shola, I do not have a grudge against South Africa, but where I do have a problem is when a team is not there, you having to believe that, it helps you fail. You fail perfectly when you believe that. And you need people to push you to learn. That's why sometimes we are happy that Nigeria didn't make it to the Nations Cup, so that we can sit back and, go back to the drawing board and see where we have made mistakes. That's how it happens.
Okay, all right. I'm going to show something to both of you now.
Okay.
I'd like you to put okay, let's play a game. If you want to predict the scoreline, Algeria-Ghana tomorrow, Ghana-Algeria tomorrow, what will your scoreline be, Olushola?
I'll go for a 1-1 draw.
A 1-1 draw?
Yeah.
You agree? I'll go for a draw too, but maybe not 1-1, maybe 2-2. Or 0-0 better still, but a draw.
This is where I like to put you on the spot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Football Africa, and right now I'm saying tomorrow Ghana plays Algeria, and who do you think will be winning the game? Is it Ghana? Is it Algeria? Or like my friends here have said, will it be a draw? We'd like to see. Okay, next match.
South Africa versus Senegal.
Can I go home? Can I go home? Do you think these guys would go beyond this group? South Africa, Senegal.
Well, they have their work cut out for them tomorrow. They are playing the Senegalese. My Senegal.
Your Senegal.
Well, beyond the sentiment, I think the South Africans, they need to learn. They are a young side, and they've been caught to sight, humbled by the 3-1 against. They lost against the Algeria. So for me, they just need to. Their confidence they are low in confidence, and they will need a serious massage for them to really come up. But playing against Senegalese at this time around. Forget it.
I mean, Shola, permit me, point of correction, that's not sentiment. If a team needs to go back and learn, it is no sentiment.
Okay, all right. All right. Can you just hold on? Okay,
it's okay. They need to go and learn. They need to go and learn.
I'm enjoying this, and of course, you can be a part of this discussion. Don't forget, our phone lines are open. Of course, you know the numbers, but let me just call them to you. You know how it is, 08091222283. 08091222284, 08091222285, and of course 08091222286. Yeah, that's the number to dial. Call us. Let us know your view. Who do you think will go? Do you think Algeria would defeat Ghana? Do you think Ghana would defeat Algeria? And of course, do you think South Africa?
They will try. They will try. They have a terrific coach, a very good coach. He's brilliant, but I mean, can't put my.
Okay, so really, South Africa, Senegal.
For me, it's it's a win for Senegal.
It's a win for Senegal.
The South Africans, they will run as usual, they will tap the ball as usual, but the final ball would be a problem the way it was against Algeria. And the experience of Alain Giresse will come to play too. For me, Sheikh Massawa is not that a great coach when compared to the likes of Alain Giresse.
Well, so he is terrific. I brought South Africa up. Do you know where South Africa was before?
Please,
you don't talk about.
Okay, let's look at Cote d'Ivoire, Mali. Okay. Olushola, she's a lady. Be a gentleman.
I'm trying my best, but she's raising her voice.
All right now. Cote d'Ivoire, Mali. Cote d'Ivoire, Mali. Yaya Toure versus Mali.
No, yeah, Toure versus Keita.
Seydou Keita. Okay. Cote d'Ivoire, Mali. Let's be honest now. Cote d'Ivoire, Mali.
That will be another great match to watch out for tomorrow. The Malians, they surprised me in their first game. They showed the tenacity. They show why they are from West Africa, and now we have another West African side in Côte d'Ivoire that they know this probably their last time out. The likes of Yaya Toure and the gang.
You know, Didier Drogba actually pulled out himself. Says, okay, I'm not going to this Nations Cup.
Well, maybe his bones pulled him out.
Or probably wanted to give other people a chance to, you know.
Okay, Cameroon, Guinea. What's your take? Do you think Cameroon, they miss Alex Song? Cameroon, Guinea. What's your take?
I didn't think they miss anybody.
Yeah.
They are able to show class in their last game. And even though the squad is young, they were inspiring and they want to, they really want to make names for themselves. And that has always been the hallmark of.
Well, did you say inspiring or expiring?
Inspiring.
It's more or less a new squad entirely. You need to check from their goalie, the 16-year-old Segunda goalkeeper from Spain, the Barcelona goalkeeper. It was so for me, it's in total battle Enyama for the top goalkeeper in Africa. So, and that's the way it was all through the squad. Chipo in the middle, Dumbia up front, and a whole lot of new guys that are really to show that Cameroon is a big side when it comes to African football. Okay, the next match. Two friends, now foes. Gabon, Equatorial Guinea. Friends before, foes now. They co-hosted in 2012, yes, 2012. Now they're very close. Very close. And next door neighbors. And that game will be winner takes all. I'd like to take Buki's opinion on that one. Well, like I said before, I'm not going to put my card on any one of them, but I want to believe that Equatorial Guinea, as the host, will not want to play their cards down. I'm sure they will come out with full force, and at least even if they are going to back out, they won't back out gently. They will do it in such a way that it will be heroic for them as the host of the AFCON. Okay, Congo. You have something to say, Fab? Well, I'm looking at the Pierre-Emerick. And I think the guy is inspired at least a point in that game for Gabon, and a point is enough to take them to the next thing. To the next round. Yeah. So Congo. Equatorial Guinea is out for me. Gabon, Congo will make it. Burkina Faso, what else can they prove here? Only 1 point going into that game against Congo. So Congo will fight tooth and nail to get a point and make it to the next round. They will just do enough to qualify. So I think Equatorial Guinea will go out. So as Burkina Faso too. Okay, all right then. Well, for me, it's a beautiful tournament actually, and it's something that we like to say. We like to see the African game come of eye. But you see, you said something about the African football language. The African football language. What is actually the African football language? Because if we have a particular football language, we should have brought the World Cup home. Well, it is because there's this problem we have in Africa. You leave the continent and then to go ahead and make a difference out there is a problem. That's what, if only we can use that African language the same way we use it here, out there to bring home results. Now the language starts from, simply, what is language? The way we communicate, the culture. What is our culture here? Our culture says respect. Our culture says, look at an elderly person. But do you bring the African culture to the African game? Well, we might not put it on the books. Are you hearing me? You might not put it on the books that, oh, this is what we do. Our respect is there. But it is a conscious thing that goes on
any day, anytime. And that is why the likes of Stephen Keshi can still say, okay, because that boy was rude to me, he's not coming along today. He's still egoistic.
Football everywhere.
And
Football
egoistic
coaches
problem.
everywhere don't support.
It's still there. You can't escape it. We might not write it down, but it's
I'd like you
still
to respond
there.
to this.
Well, maybe.
Shala will not agree. Don't bother asking him. I'm standing on my point. You won't put it on books, but it is still there.
I'm just trying to understand your point. We are looking at a football language. You are coming with all these morals, the culture. Well, yes, for me, the language. The language
is in the cup.
It's in the cup, and it's the way we play our own game.
Yeah, it's part of it. Do you want to remove coach relationship with players? But do you want to remove it? You cannot. It's part of it.
You will find all of that, fine. But I'm looking at it from a different perspective.
Okay, well, you're looking at it from a different perspective. I'm looking at it from a different perspective. That's it.
I'm sure we are trying to define the language of football in Africa, and that is the techniques may not be so loud when compared to Europe, but we are so tactical. We play our game safe.
How tactical is it tactical? We play. Somebody described our game as a police football, from the defense.
Yes,
to the opponent's box 18.
You know, what you do when you are not with the ball is tactics, and what you do when you are with the ball is techniques. The African game is more or less.
I like to control on that. What you do when you are with the ball is
techniques.
When you're without the ball is tactical.
Yeah.
And what you do with the ball when you're with the ball is technique.
So
Olushola Adebayo, noted.
So let me learn.
When you finish, let me say
our game started from kick out, play safe first. And it's very easy to just kick the ball out, and that's why you come with all these your police board definitions. So for me, if you check our game presently, we are still more of the tactical type. We try to shadow mark.
The safe tactical type.
Yeah.
You shadow mark.
Thank you.
We boost the ball.
Why should I call it tactical type?
Get a goal and defend very well. And probably that's why we've not been able to get a whole lot of goals in this AFCON. That is going on. So we've been able to play our game. In fact, this AFCON has really represented
So
Africa.
when we play against a team that all they know how to do is attack and attack and attack,
then you will fail.
Then we will fail. So
that is why we've not been able to translate that
that is exactly what I'm saying. Look at your culture, look at how you relate in Africa, and then translate it over to the world.
So we should take the spirit of the Africans that goes out and attack the lions.
You see, that is one of our major problems. We want to leave our own culture and go and study other people's culture in another place. You need to use your culture to get the success that you want.
Okay, if you check the closeness I think all this, you live in your own culture and getting other people's culture, I think is been the gap between these stuff have been reduced gradually. This is football.
Yes, they have.
Okay, all right.
They have been reduced gradually. But what I will insist is that these things cannot be overemphasized. They are there. They would always be there. You cannot take it away. We're not saying they are not good. If you check into the culture that we're talking about,
Shola's making a point. We're not scoring from free kicks.
And that is what makes the difference when we play out there in Europe.
All right, you just mentioned scoring, and I'd like to take something quickly. Another AFCON fact. Okay, I'd like to tell you that the overall top goal scorers in AFCON, we have Samuel Eto'o topping with 18 goals. Samuel Eto'o of Cameroon. And then we have Laurent Poku with 14. And our own Rashidi Yekini, God rest his soul, with 13. And Hassan El Shazi with 12, and of course Patrick Mboma, Osam Hassan, and Didier Drogba with 11. It's unfortunate that Didier Drogba will not be playing in the Nations Cup again, except if he chooses to come back at the next one, if he's still playing. And then 10 goals, we have Ndaye Mulamba, we have Joel Tiei, we have Mengitsu Woku, we have Franciliudu Santos, and of course, my very good friend, I like to call him my friend, Kaluja Buaya. Okay, quickly. We're running out of time. We'd like to go. We'd like to continue. I'm actually going to ask you to come back and tell me what your African language, what the African football language is. That's another topic. My producers I'm putting you on your spot. We have to do an episode where what we talk about is the African football language. What is it? Okay, quickly. Olushola, your take on this one. You've got 1 minute to actually tell me your take on this one. Would you think, you got 30 seconds actually to tell me who you think would win the Nations Cup, and then we'll put you down in our memory book, and of course I'm placing my money on you. So if you win, we share the spoil. If you lose, I'll take my money back from you. All right, 30 seconds.
Well, from the look of things, I think I've seen the best of all the games, at least the first round of games. I'll still be sticking my neck out for the Senegalese. And they've come close in 2002, 2004, and now they should be able to go for the broke. I'm sticking my neck out totally for them. I've seen the squad. They've been able to marry the European football language with the African football language, and they are good to go. With a good bench led by Alan Jerez, I think they have what it takes to go all the way.
Okay, all right. Senegal, Alan Jerez, all the way. That's what Shola is saying. Senegal, if you're Senegalese and you're watching this one, Shola is your favorite fan. Okay, Buki, what are you putting your money on?
And it has to be one country.
Just one for this episode. One.
Okay, let me go for the sure country for now, Algeria. Hope they won't disappoint.
Algeria is leading.
Hope they won't disappoint us.
Oh, why are you pushing your money on Algeria? 30 seconds.
Because, like I said before, looking at the qualifiers, they had the highest points. Looking at the performance against South Africa, beautiful performance. So we hope to see something better when they play Ghana.
All right, this is Football Africa, like you know, and my name is still Adjere Salem. And Olushola Adebayo is saying that he would stick his money, put his money, bank his money on Senegal because they've been able to marry the European style of football with the African style of football. Maybe he's saying they finally got to the point where they actually understood or understand and interpreted the African language, footballing language well. Buki is banking on history of the qualifiers, and she's saying that she will put her money on Algeria. Well, this is Football Africa as you know it. We've come to the end of another wonderful show. I never knew that my time is far spent. Well, it's not the end of the show, and I'm sure this is not the last time these two friends of mine will be coming back. So till I come your way again, same time next week on Football Africa, I'd like Buki to say goodnight to the people at home. Buki, just say goodnight to your wonderful friends, your newfound friends on Football Africa.
Good night. I had a really good time with you guys tonight.
Anshala.
Wow, good night. Hope to be back very soon.
All right. And of course, you know, I'll be back same time, same station next week. God keeping us all. You will be back on your TV station, on this station, R2 TV. And of course, don't forget, we've got our mobile apps. Download. And of course, if you're on Facebook, you cannot miss R2 TV for 1 minute because we're television everywhere. And we've taken television to Facebook. And I think that's the first, you know. Just get on our page, www.facebook.com/my R2 TV and click on the live stream page. And there, you see R2 TV live. Till I come here again next week. Africa, we love the way we play our game. And of course, nothing beats Football Africa. Nothing beats African football. See you next week.